So, Mitch, what's, I guess, the biggest challenge for you and your line generating offense early in this series?
Well, I think we're trying to be responsible with, obviously, we're matched up with a very good line on the other side that can really make you pay if you give them odd man rushes or chances against. So I think trying to find that medium of, playing more ozone, more cycles, trying to get pucks around the net, but at the same time make sure we're doing it in a safe way.
What is the biggest challenge in going up against Pasternak?
Well, I think, it's just that whole line. Obviously, they have, very good chemistry with each other. They know where each other are all over the ice. So it's about making sure you're catching guys coming in late or, kind of catching the guy wide. So you just got to have eyes kind of everywhere and a lot of talk from, forwards to D to goalie.
What would it mean to get Willie back if he comes back tonight?
Yeah, it'd be great. Obviously, I talked about it the other night. He means a lot to this team. He's done a lot for us offensively this year to really just make our team excel even better. So, it would mean a lot.
What's the challenge when he's not in? It sort of cascades down the lineup. Everyone sort of has to play different roles, right?
Yeah, I think like we talked about all year, we've had some guys go out with major things and some guys really step up. So, nothing really different now. It's just make sure we're doing the same thing, same course, and trusting everyone through the lineup.
What's the sense of anticipation coming back home, series tied 1-1, and be able to build off a real solid effort in Game 2?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, we got to be ready for their push. We got to make sure that we come with our own at the start of this game, and we kind of dictate the pace.
What do you expect the atmosphere in the rink to be like tonight?
Obviously, great. A lot of buzz, a lot of excitement. So. We're excited for that.
What's it like tuning out the noise in the playoff time, the outside noise versus the regular season? Obviously, a few more people here today.
Yeah, I mean, I think you always know you're going to get a lot more cameras in here when playoffs come around, and you can see it. It's just about doing the same thing that you've done all year and just trusting your team and yourself.
What's your sense of the penalty kill? Obviously, that was a big kill late in Game 2. Where do you feel that unit is at?
Yeah, it was great. We're getting more and more comfortable with it. Like I said, we're a team that wanted to make sure that special teams is in our favor. And it wasn't in Game 1, but I thought Game 2 we did a lot better job of that power play as well. Got to keep just getting better and better throughout this series to help us win.
Mitch, you happy with your game and your role, which is more defensive on the second line than offensive on the first line?
I mean, I think like if you talk to anyone in this room, we just want to win. We just want to win hockey games. We want to do the best we can out there every time you touch the ice. So that's where my mindset's at, and that's what I'm trying to do every time I get out there.
I know there's a lot of focus on the offensive stuff, but what do you like about your defensive game right now? As you mentioned, you're going up against a pretty tough line there, and there was that one goal from Pasternak, but for the most part, they've been quiet.
Just got to keep with what we're doing. Just trust, like I said, trust from your D to your goalie to your forwards. A lot of talk on the ice, a lot of communication, letting each other know where people are going and where they're trying to find quiet ice. So we've done a good job of that so far. Got to continue to do that because it's only going to get tougher.
What's your sense of anticipation to get back home and play in front of this environment tonight?
Yeah, no, nice to be back home, play in front of our fans. We're excited to go.
How did Willie look to you this morning?
He looked great.
What would it mean to get him back in the mix here?
Yeah, I mean, he's a big part of our group. He's an incredible player. We would love to have him in the lineup.
How did he handle missing out on these 2 games? He wants to be in there. He's barely missed a game for injury in his entire career.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to talk to him probably. I think he's keeping his head up. He's doing fine.
If you all three of you play together like you did, will you all speak in Swedish for pass back? It will be an all Swedish line. Will you speak in Swedish on the ice?
Well, I mean, Willie is half Canadian, so I don't know. We'll see.
Is it an advantage though, perhaps?
I don't know. I can tell you.
What do you make of how the team has handled his absence? Because you haven't had to play without him all year. You get that big win in Game 2. What do you make of how the group has adjusted?
Yeah, I think we played a good game. Played a good defensively, and we gotta keep that going tonight if we want to have a chance to win.
Mitch said you gotta watch for the Bruins push back tonight. What do you expect from them coming off that loss?
Yeah, I mean we're playing a great team. I don't think they're very happy with the result, so we're gonna have to be ready for them to come out hot tonight.
I know we focus a lot on the offensive side, but what do you make of the defensive job that Tavares line, Marner, those guys are doing against Pasternak's line?
Yeah, I think they did a great job. Yeah, they did a good job.
How have you felt jumping back into the playoff hockey coming off the injury?
Yeah, I mean First game timing was a little off and all that, but last game I felt pretty good.
Yeah, is the hand at full strength, or are you still working that kind of on your way back into the lineup? Still working that strength?
My hand feels great.
Did you think the puck was in on your shot there on Allmark?
Reviewed it. Well, no. It wasn't a goal, so it was probably not in.
Right, but initially, yeah. Okay. What do you have to do better against Swayman today? Because obviously he played very well in game one, assuming he starts.
Yeah, he was good. Allmark was good last game too. They have two very good ones over there. So whoever's in there, we're gonna get the puck to the net and go from there.
What stands out about playoff time in Toronto?
It's playoff time everywhere. It's fun. This is when we want to play, and this is just a lot of fun.
Sheldon, what would you expect today, both from your team in terms of keeping the momentum going and from the atmosphere tonight?
Well, the atmosphere I think will be great here at home. It's a great atmosphere down in Boston, playoffs, all that kind of stuff. So you're excited for that. In terms of the game and our team, we just expect to keep doing what we've been doing. Got to continue to embrace the things that we've done really well here, and clean up the things that we haven't done well, and recognize that each shift in each game is going to continue to get harder here. Boston's going to push back real hard tonight, and we'll have to be ready for that. Even the other night we liked our game a lot. There's not a lot between the two teams here, so we'll have to be really good again here tonight. Clearly.
Oh, Sheldon, what are the chances William plays tonight?
There's a chance. Obviously, still out there getting work, and everything for him is just how he responds, and take it from there.
And why did Austin miss this morning?
Just decided to keep him off. That's it. He just took the option. He'll be good to go tonight.
Sheldon, what have you liked about how the team has dealt with Willie's absence, or the trickle down through the lineup? Managing slightly different roles for some guys. Yeah,
it's we've been happy with it. Guys, like I talked about the other night, I think the way that the Holmberg line and the Kampf line have given us really good minutes, and that's been important, because you can only lean on your top guys so much, and you need the depth to come through, but. It's all at the same time not surprising. The Kampf line had been good for us for quite some time here now, and Robertson Holmberg had been doing a really good job for us down the stretch, and Jarny is next to Revo, I think, is our most experienced playoff player. So even though he's missed a bunch of time, and it's tough to come back this time of year, you feel better about it given that. He has the level of experience he does, and the type of player that he is. He gives you everything he has. So, yeah, we've been happy with it that way. Obviously, there's the special teams part of it as well, which we made some adjustments from game one to game two, and we were happy with how it looked in game two. So that's really it. And that's I think I've been asked the question a couple times about how do we adjust without Willie. You really don't. You just keep pressing on. Like our game plan, Willie comes back in the lineup, he doesn't change. He's like how you need to play and what's required to compete and win at this time of the year is the same no matter who's in or out.
Sheldon, what's your message, or what's the key to dealing with Marchand? Obviously, you want to get that extra shot, be physical on him, but he's found a way to draw a couple penalties in the series. Yeah,
just got to be smart. You got to recognize the moment, recognize the player and players that you're playing against. They're very good at making it very clear that there's been an infraction. So we've got to manage that for sure.
Sheldon, I know these totals sometimes are suspect, but the first game, 100 hits. Second game, I think 115 or close to that. Typically, as series go on, that tapers off a little. Is that a function of guys just get tired, or is it that emotion comes down?
I think it's a little bit of both. Fatigue is certainly a factor. It's very difficult to sustain that over time. It's why you don't see it in the regular season near to that level, because you've got to play again and again and again and all these kind of things. But I think it's just why in a lot of cases the first round is is the most physical and is hardest to get through and all these kind of things because everybody's fresh and on a pretty even playing field, and emotions, as you say, are still fresh and are high, and I think that's certainly a trend that you see. That said, I don't see that changing in this series here anytime soon. Both teams are pushing hard and forechecking well, and not a lot of time or space out there. So I liked how we've handled that here through 2 games, and I say that because I include game 1 in that sense. But we're going to have to continue to be physical ourselves and continue to have to play through contact at the same time.
Sheldon, you praised Mitch the other night for the kinds of things he's doing sort of defensively, but still no points for him, and that's sort of his world is scoring points. Are you at all concerned about the offensive production of that line?
Well, if you asked me after game 1, we lost, so we need more goals. In game 2, we had enough goals to win the hockey game, and Mitch plays over 20 minutes and is an integral piece of the game for us. He's done a terrific job with the matchups. I mean, the point stuff, no, I don't get too worked up over that. I mean, if Bert lets the puck fall down another foot and then puts it in the net, then he has an assist, and he makes the whole play happen. And so I don't get too caught up in that sort of stuff. We need to win hockey games, and the other night we had enough to win, and Mitch and John and Nizey, those guys did a really good job. And as series go on, as playoffs go on, everybody gets their time and gets their moment. Mitch has come through for us offensively in so many ways in the past and found ways to produce, and he'll do it again. But what I like, not just about Mitch and that line, but even with Austin, his line, their game in the first game and the second game, there's not a lot different there. Like they were very good in both games. The puck went in twice. So we had those. The chances that Austin had, the rips off the bar, and then Max's rebound. We had those types of chances in game 1 as well. Maybe not as clean a breakaway as Austin had the other night, but Jarnkrok was in alone, Tavares was in alone in game 1. Like these things sort of have happened, and will happen through the playoffs. And sometimes one line does it, another night another line's going to do it. But our team game has been really good, and none of our players here through games 1 or 2 have cheated the game and have gone outside of what we need them to do. And because of that, we've played the best defensive hockey we've played all season long. And, Mitch is our most reliable and consistent defensive player, and he'll continue to be that, and he'll make plays when they're available.
You guys have been gone a long time. What's your comfort level at home with the last line change, that kind of thing, and just the general atmosphere you're going to expect tonight?
Well, the atmosphere, I know it's going to be great. Like I talked about, be loud. I think people, are excited for this time of year, of course, and will welcome us home. In terms of the matchup stuff, I think, see what the lineup looks like for us here tonight. But you look how it went on the road. I think the way the forward matchups went, we were pretty good with that. Pretty good with the way they worked out. I think both teams are sort of top 6, bottom 6. And you have to be smart about how you manage that and get outside of that. Obviously they really focused on Austin and his line with how they utilized their defense, and we'll be able to maybe manage that a little bit better at home here now and make it a little more difficult for them. At the same time, that line's been doing really well, and we got to manage the matchups accordingly, so we're not chasing one to get something favorable over here and expose ourselves on the other side of it, especially the way we've been playing without different people.
Sheldon, you've given up 3 power play goals against in the first 2 games. And if my math is correct, I think it's 5 different forwards and 5 different defensemen who've been on the ice for the penalty kills. When the players are changing that much, does that tell you that the structure needs work, or that circumstance just happened?
Well, I'd say there's some circumstance inside of that. I think part of it, the different players and such on the ice. If you look at it, we've been in game 2, we got scored on pretty quickly early on in the kill. So that's when you're early in the kill, you're going to have certain players on the ice, and then If you look at game one, the first power play goal that they'd scored happened just about halfway through or just past halfway, over a minute into the penalty kill. So then you're going to get different people on at that point. And the third one, I think, happened with under 20 seconds left. So you got different people are going to be on the ice at different times there. So that's just part of your regular rotations. In terms of the goals themselves, they're different reasons. And then a lot of it just speaks to us, like we've been really all season, is sort of chasing that consistency and trusting it. And we got a huge kill with the game on the line the other night, which is hopefully a huge step for us in the series to just be confident and assertive. You look at, in the goal the other night, we do a really good job of getting ourselves through pressure, get a puck back, and then we have some miscommunication, don't get the clear, and then it ends up in our net. Just little things like that, that we've got to clean up, because we've shown down the stretch here of the regular season and the other night with the game on the line that when we're assertive and we're confident, we go out there, we can do the job. So we got to get to that.